Hello, students, and welcome back to understand stanza number 4 of the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. As you can see here, it was written by Stephen Spender, and we have to move forward with the last stanza. So, let's get started. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break, oh break, open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields, and make their world run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books. The white and green leaves open, history theirs, whose language is the sun. In the last stanza, Stephen Spender, first of all, asks the people who are capable enough, those who have power, those who can bring a change in the lives of these helpless slum children. He asks them to do something about the situation, to come out and bring hope, to do what they can. Who are these people? These are the governor, inspector, and visitor. Those who can bring a change. The governor who can make and implement the rules, the inspector and the visitor who keeps on coming to these slum schools, notice the wrongdoings, notice the loopholes. They can make the change, they can bring the change, they can bring good habits, good initiatives in the lives of these slum classrooms, and that is how the children will be benefited, and that is how they can break all barriers and get out in the society to learn more, to become better, and to have a hopeful future. So he asked these people in a very pacifying and a very hopeful tone, and you can learn about his wishes about these children from this stanza. He appeals to the capable, those who are the haves. This poem is also about the people who are the haves and the people who are the have nots, those who have everything and those who doesn't have anything. So these are the haves who can bring the change to help out the have nots, to improve the condition of these people, the children. He believes and hopes that the authorities will realize their duties. And if the political will is there, it can take out these children from the grave like confined lives in slum. That is what he says in line number 2 and 3, that this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. So he says that if received help, the map can become their medium of getting out of the suffocating slums. The map can become a reality and not a bad example. Basic rights should be given to these children. Earlier, we came to know that there was an open handed map in their classroom, but even after that, what was their lives? Their lives were outside the windows and not the map. But this time, the poet says that the map can become a window, a medium of communication, a medium of getting out. I would like to show you a picture that how the map can show them the world, how they can also realize that they are a part of this world. So the map can seriously become a window. And in line number 3, there is a word catacombs. These are the catacombs. The catacombs in Paris. What are catacombs? These are underground burial chambers. Coffins are laid one over the other. Only one gate is there, and light comes frequently when the doors are opened to bring a dead body, and there is darkness all around. As you can see here, there is one medium of light, but if that is removed, then how dark and suffocating can it get? So this is how the life of the slum children is presented with the help of catacombs. And that is how the poet perfectly used the simile, the figure of speech, that how their lives are as suffocating, as congested, and as dark and hopeless as that of catacombs. So these children are living in catacombs. Their lives are shut from all sides. And how they can get out? They can get out with the help of the map. They can find a window. How? Only when the capable, the haves, help them out. This is what the poet says in the first 3 lines. And if that happens, if help is received, They will break open all the barriers. That is what he says in the next line. He wants the barriers and hurdles to be broken, which keeps the children away from health, from happiness, carefree childhood, beauty of nature, and a better future too. He wants the children to enter into the world, break, till they break the town. He wants the children to get out into the society, in the world, and witness its vastness, the opportunities available, hope and improvement of all types. He demands the rights, the breaking of bondage for these children. He wants the children to break everything. See how he has repeated the word. Break is repeated twice. So there are three breaks. And it means that it is his ultimate wish that these children should get out of these slums, not remain in them forever and ever. And this is what is conveyed through this picture. He wants the children to break the barriers of the slum. He wants them to get out from their restricted lives. And only when they get out of this restricted life can they have a better future for themselves, and they can have the higher education with which they will become a better human being. Moving forward, and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure and gold sands. He is here referring to the people mentioned in the first line. If these people, the governor, inspector, visitor, help out these children, then what can happen? They can be shown the green fields, and they can be shown the beautiful place where the color azure is a color, clear blue color on gold sands. So which place is the poet referring to? Yes, he is referring to the beautiful beaches. So what the poet is trying to say here is that the children should be shown the green fields. Green fields are open, fresh and soothing. They take you directly in contact with the beauty of nature, where you feel free and rejuvenated. To make their world here means the reference of the children is there. Their world refers to the children themselves. They should enjoy the freedom. As you can see in the picture, the children feel so free and they are happy. He wants the children to see distant lands, something that they have never seen, the places they have never been to, the places they have never witnessed. He wants them to go and visit the beaches, explore the vast and shining beaches. Azure here is, as I said earlier, clear blue color, and when the clear blue sky gets reflected on the sea also looks that azure colored. And the same happens to the gold sands. The sand, when the sunlight gets reflected, it appears as if the sand is of golden color. So the poet wants the children to feel free and go to such wonderful places. And when he says feeling free, he is referring to the freedom of the children. He is referring to free education. The slum children, yes, they get free education, but even after getting the free education, they cannot get all the benefits of the free education. They always get the donations. They always get the pity and not the right to education. This is what the poet is referring to. Moving forward with the next phrase, and let their tongues run naked into books. Here the poet is referring to children getting free education. Run naked means feeling free and running through the books. It means that they should get education, not only the basic education but higher education. So it is the responsibility of the society to provide opportunities to get good basic education and the necessary higher education so that the children can fulfill their dreams to uplift their present situation. So this is what the dream is of the poet. He wants the children to go through, to witness the beauty of nature. He wants the children to read, to get knowledge. And that is what he summarizes in this small phrase, the white and green leaves open. White leaves refers to the pages of books, and it refers to education. Through education, they can build up their character. Through education, they will improve their skills. With the help of education, they can explore and discover themselves as well as their hidden talents. Yes, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. As well as he wants the children to see the green leaves. Green leaves refers to the beauty of nature, to soothe their eyes and souls. This is what the poet wishes for these children. And coming to the last line, history theirs whose language is the sun. Clear-cut metaphor. What is the metaphor here? The metaphor used here is the language, the sun. The sun which represents the ultimate source of energy. The sun which is clear, the sun which is the symbol of enlightenment, equality and purity. Sun that gives life. And language. Language here may refer to expression. Language here may also refer to the willpower. Now looking at this line all over again. History is created by those whose willpower is as strong as that of the sun. So if you want to be noted down in the history, you have to have a very strong willpower, as strong as that of the sun. Or it can mean history is created by those whose expression or showing their activities is as good, as clear, as equal as that of the sun. So who can create the history? The slum children can create the history. They should have strong willpower, strong medium of expression, so that later in their lives they can change their history and create a better future. The history can be created by those who have the power, those who are mentioned in the first line. They can also change the future, and they can also write a new history altogether. So he wants the children to write their own history, use their own expression. And that is how he summarizes everything, his wishes, his hopes for these children, and metaphor is used here. So in this stanza, there are basically only two figures of speech, simile and metaphor. So that's it, students. With this, I would like to close it now, wrap up this poem. And this poem has taught us that how the children living in the slum are deprived of many things, how their classrooms are deprived of many things. It shows degradation, how their lives are full of fog, unclear and uncertain. They might not have any future, any hopeful future. We also learned that these children are malnutritioned, they are suffering from diseases, their parents are suffering, the whole society around them suffers a lot. But then the poet shows us hope also, that there are people who can help them out. And if they help them out, these children can break open all barriers, pull them down, tear them apart, and become better human beings, better educated, healthy, happy and prosperous. And they can enjoy the childhood. So his wishes for these children, the slum children, is that they should enjoy the childhood. They have smiles on their faces. They should see the beauty of nature. They must acquire knowledge. So let childhood be. With this note, I would like to wrap it up. Thank you very much.